Hello everybody, welcome back to the Crooked Hour. This episode, we're going to be going over UFC Fight Night, Rodriguez versus Lemos. Now this is a good fight, a low-key good women's fight here. I know there's a lot of just UFC fans that just hate women's fight nights, and I get it. They aren't always the best, but the Alexa Grasso one was good, and I feel like this is going to be another good one. So yeah, I'm going to keep this one nice and sweet because I feel like it's pretty... I just see a way the fight's going to go. Not saying it's going to go that way 100%, but I kind of have an idea of how this fight is going to go. And that's just what I'm going to stick to for this how to bet both ways. I'll get into that more when I break down the fight, but let's go over the tailored tape. 16-1-2 for Rodriguez, 12-2-1 for Lemos. Average fight time for Rodriguez, 14 minutes, 54 seconds. Amanda Lemos is a lot shorter, but she hasn't gone 5 rounds before. Rodriguez has twice. Lemos is 6 minutes, 59 seconds. Height for Rodriguez, 5'6", compared to Lemos, which is 5'4". But they had the exact same reach, so there you go. Orthodox versus Southpaw. Strikes landed per minute is slightly higher for Rodriguez at 5.03. For Lemos, it's 4.87. But, you know, Lemos is landing 10% more strikes, which is a big difference. In my opinion. But Lemos is also absorbing more strikes. Rodriguez is more getting out of the way. And that's a really underrated stat there. Like, usually when people are landing a lot of shots, they're also absorbing a lot of shots. But for her strikes landed to strikes absorbed ratio, that's pretty good. While Lemos, like you look at Lemos's, she's only landing 0.40% more strikes per minute compared to what she's absorbing. And defense is also better for Rodriguez. So Rodriguez is better getting out of the way defensive, while Lemos 48% defense, 57 for Rodriguez. Takedown average 0.20 for Rodriguez, 1.07 for Lemos. Takedown accuracy 33% for Rodriguez, 57% for Lemos. 65% takedown defense, 81%. And submission average 0.2, 0.5. The reason I kind of skim through them is because I don't know. I don't really see this fight hitting the ground, and if it does, it's going to be by Lemos. But I think Rodriguez gets back to her feet quickly, or she gets submitted. I feel like Lemos has got more chance to submit Rodriguez on the feet through like a clinch or something like that. Anyway, this is a really good fight because the way I see it going is Lemos is going to finish it early via submission or KO. And then as the fight goes further on, I think Lemos is going to gas like she showed in one of her fights in the third round. Who was it against? Angela Hill. Yeah, when she fought Angela Hill in her third round, she was really gassing. And I just feel like in a 5-round fight, that's when Rodriguez is going to really start to take over, since she's gone 5 rounds twice before, and this is Lemos's first time. And I could really see a late finish for Rodriguez as well. So either early finish for Lemos, late finish for Rodriguez. If it hits the ground, I feel like Lemos is definitely live for a submission as well. But Rodriguez has never been finished. But Lemos has gotten some nice subs. She's got some nice subs. Okay, let's go to how to bet both ways, starting with Rodriguez. I got Rodriguez via KO or TKO, 3.60. That's the riskier side. I've tried to, on each bet, you'll see I've gone a riskier one and a slightly less riskier one. Because, as I said, I believe if this fight goes into later rounds, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, I feel like that's where Rodriguez is really going to start to put the pressure on and where she could find that KO as Lemos starts to get tired. I really do. This is just banking on Lemos getting tired, because I feel like she will. If she can't get Rodriguez out early like she's going to be trying to do, she's going to be trying to get Rodriguez out early. She does not want to go 5 rounds with Rodriguez. I can guarantee that. So I feel like she's going to be swinging wild early, trying to get Rodriguez out of there. And if you're on the side of Rodriguez, you're going to bank on that defense we're looking at before, to not get hit. And even if she loses the first 2 rounds, to take over as the fight goes on and hopefully get a KO. So that's why I've got Rodriguez via TKO KO, paying out 3.60, which isn't a bad price tag if that's something you believe in and want to take, you know. And then the other one I got a slightly less risky. I don't even know if the price will be 190 because I just made that up, but I feel like it'd be somewhere around there, even lower, but probably 180 or 190. Rodriguez via KO or TKO decision. I feel like this one just plays into what I was saying. She's either going to get the KO in the later rounds, or if Lemos manages to survive, I feel like Rodriguez is going to win 3 rounds to 2. So yeah, I might even play both of these, sprinkle a little bit on the TKO KO line, and then sprinkle like a unit on KO, TKO or decision, because I am on the side of Rodriguez. But it's when we go into Lemos. Don't count Lemos out. Just don't count Lemos out. She's dangerous. Just for a fun pick, if you watched, I picked Michelle Waterson over Lemos, and see how that ended. You know, Michelle Waterson arguably won that first round, though, I believe, through outpointing. I'd have to rewatch it, but off memory. But Lemos via sub, paying out 9.00. That's excellent odds. You know, she submitted Michelle Waterson last time out. I feel like if Lemos goes in with a grapple heavy game plan, wants to get this to the ground and just wrestle and look for submissions, she could definitely do it. And I think she's definitely live for a submission anytime it hits the ground. Marina Rodriguez doesn't have terrible submission defense, hence why she's never been submitted. But if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be a powerhouse like Lemos, you know, getting her to the ground, maybe even hurting her with a shot, and instead of chasing up with strikes, going for the takedown and looking for the submission down there. It is definitely a possibility. And the second one I got is Lemos inside the distance at 3.40. This is another good one. I'd much rather play this than the money line if I was on the side of Lemos. Marina Rodriguez is going to have the more output. She's going to be outpointing it. Unless Lemos drops her nearly every round and can't quite finish her, and then she wins that way, or maybe she wins the first 3 through dropping her in those rounds and really hurting her. But I don't like the odds of that. I like the odds a lot more of her dropping her and submitting her or finishing her via ground and pound. So that's why I went Lemos inside the distance, 3.40, or if you're feeling riskier, Lemos via sub 9.00. And if you are on the side of Lemos, you believe in Lemos, which I don't blame you. She's got nice straight shots, nice ground game, powerhouse. But you got to watch out for the cardio. I would be sprinkling a little bit on the sub, even $1. $1 makes you $8. You know what I'm saying? And then sprinkle a little bit on Lemos via inside the distance, sorry. And then we go to the overall prop of this fight. Fight to end in 4-5 or decision. I don't know what this is going to be paying out at. Don't trust this 180 here because I have no clue. I literally don't have any clue. That's just my guess because I know, fight doesn't go to decision is paying out 1.74. Yeah, that could be totally off. But that's what I'm going to be keeping an eye on. And unless it's below 170, I probably won't sprinkle anything on it. But I like this price range. Only thing you got to be concerned of is the side of Lemos getting an early finish, I believe. If she does get it to the ground and finds that sub in the second round, definitely a possibility. So that's something you got to be careful with. If you're picking fight to end in 4-5 or decision, something to be wary of. And the more confident prop I'm going with is fight doesn't go to the decision. So that's paying out 1.74. As I said, I feel like Rodriguez either late finish or Lemos early finish. That covers both of them. Knowing my luck, it'll probably just go to decision, and I'll be like, everything I've just said doesn't go through. I mean, unless Rodriguez wins by decision, then we're kind of cheering. But that's it for this one. You know, there's not a lot to say. You've got a powerhouse with not the best cardio versus somebody who's more of a point fighter over the rounds. But Rodriguez has the power to finish. She's done it before plenty of times. And I feel like she could really exploit Lemos in the later rounds, especially if she invests in body shots early. And Lemos is really throwing wild. On the side of Lemos, if she catches Rodriguez with one of those wild shots, Rodriguez is in big trouble. She's in big trouble, and especially if it hits the ground, you know, Lemos could wrap up that sub. So anyway, either way you're betting on this fight, I don't think there's any wrong way to bet on this fight. Very close fight, good fight. I'm going to be watching it. Me personally going to be backing Rodriguez. Should be good. Anyway, guys, thank you all for tuning in as always. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Been stuck on 42 for a while now. Like, I don't know what's going on with that. Please subscribe. Anyway, guys, thank you all for watching, and as always, have a good one.